Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a pretty chill book haul. I'm just going to show you guys the books that I purchased pretty recently from abebooks. I think I ordered them back in April and they've all been in for a while. I've just filmed this video like 4 times and hated it, so we're gonna try one more time. These were all gotten from abebooks aside from my book of the month pick and I think a couple books from Barnes & Noble. So we're gonna start off with the book of the month pick because it came in today and I was really excited about it. And if you guys watched my most anticipated releases for 2021 video, this was on that list. And I'm so excited. It came up as one of the book of the month picks and there were so many good books for June, but I picked Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I still have not read any other books by Taylor Jenkins Reid, but this one is just the blurb, okay? From the best-selling author of Daisy Jones and the Six, 4 famous siblings throw an epic party to celebrate the end of summer, but over the course of 24 hours, their lives will change forever. The general synopsis that Book of the Month gave, like for their thing, was along the lines of it's Malibu in August 1983, and these 4 really wealthy, nepotism baby-esque, you know, children, siblings, throw a huge rager and it ends in the house engulfed in flames. That's what I got from this. The cover screams summer. You could definitely catch me reading this by the pool. I'm super excited. Okay, so the next book is one that I saw on TikTok. I'll try and put up the girl that I saw recommend it, but it is The Midnight Bargain by C.L. Polk. This was pitched as Bridgerton with magic. That's what the book talk said it was. It says smart, sexy, and sincere, an alter Regency romance with fantastical magic and very real teeth. The cover alone was beautiful. I did have to get this through Book Depository for this exact copy. I think this is the UK paperback, like standard paperback. And green is my favorite color, so we just rolled with it. I'm really excited. I haven't read, I don't think, any of these books yet, but we'll get there eventually. The next book is Beautiful Boy by David Sheff. This is a memoir, a father's memoir on addiction. And David Sheff wrote this book about how he dealt with his son Nick's methamphetamine addiction, and I don't think I've ever read the point of view of a father and his son dynamic. I do have people in my family who have struggled with addiction, and I think this is going to be so interesting. I haven't seen the movie yet with obviously Timothée Chalamet and Steve Carell in it. I definitely will be checking that out after, but yeah, I've heard it's extremely traumatic and beautiful, but also takes you for a spin. So I'm really excited for this one as well. I'm excited for all of them, goes without saying, but I'm probably gonna say it anyways. Okay, I chose my first Bachman to read, and that is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I've heard that his works bring people to tears. Don't know if I necessarily need that right now, but it could be fun. And this is kind of revolved around hockey, which is my personal favorite sport because it's the most I know about. And we are essentially following this really small town, and there is a pretty prominent boys ice hockey league, and they're bringing a lot of attention to the town, especially with them coming up to nationals or semifinals. And there is an accident that takes place involving a young girl, and it affects the town and the boys, and I don't know how. I literally know nothing else, and I don't quite want to know anything else, but let me know if this was a good Bachman, if you guys have read it, and what else I should pick up from him, because I'd be definitely excited to know. Okay, the next 2 were again from abebooks, but they're previous Book of the Month copies, so they weren't picked up by me just wanted to say that. The first is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, and I saw a TikTok again about this, and a girl was basically giving off titles that she would love to see taught in an AP literature class. I did take AP literature back when I was in high school, and this was the only book on her list that I hadn't yet read. And I'm so excited. I, again, don't know too much, but essentially, from what I've gathered, we are following a married couple, and the husband is wrongly accused and convicted of a crime and is sentenced to a long duration in prison. I don't exactly know what his sentencing was, but I know that he does get released either for good behavior or on probation early. He gets out after 11 years to come out and see that his wife has formed a relationship with his best man. I could be wrong, but I'm really excited. I think it speaks a lot on the American judicial and prison system, which I recently read Punching the Air by Evie Zaboy and Yusuf Salam. If you guys didn't see that reading vlog, I'll try and link it. But I think it's a really important topic that we need to be talking about. I think it's something that we need to see reform in, we need to see change in, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it's discussed in this book. The next book is one that's so sweet, and I'm really excited for it. It is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This is a romance novel. Romance is my favorite genre. It is no surprise, and I am really looking forward to this one. I have been looking for more contemporary romances since I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and was literally speechless by it. And so The Kiss Quotient is essentially, we are following a young woman who has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, and with that she's seeking out help with intimacy, and she decides to hire a male escort to help her with that. And I just want to know, what happens? Obviously they're together. I know that this is very similar to Get a Life, Chloe Brown, in the sense that it is a companion series. So I know it's The Kiss Quotient, The Bride Test, and another book that recently came out. I'm really excited to read this though, and I have quite a few romances that I'm really excited to read this summer. Okay, next is another first for me, and it is my first Kristen Hanna novel. I picked this one purely because of the cover, but also I think I liked the synopsis the best, and this is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And again, don't know much, but from what I do know, it is about France during World War II under the Nazi regime. And I don't know anything else about it, honestly. I know that we're following two sisters, and I just think it's reflecting on how each of them interacts with the Nazis invading France. Who knows much else? Not me, obviously, but I'll let you guys know when I read it. Okay, another one I'm gonna stop using the word excited. I am ecstatic for this one. Gillian Flynn's Sharp Objects. I really want to read or watch the movie after I read the book. Again, don't know much about it. I loved the cover though. I know they have a movie tie-in cover, but I preferred this one. And I believe it is about a reporter of a small town, or a reporter of some sort, and she has to come back to her hometown to either collect information or report on the death of a young teenager and the kidnapping of another. So obviously there's something sinister going on in this town. The reporter's obviously going to be involved because she's sticking her nose in places that the killer probably doesn't want her to be. So I'm excited. I'm excited. If you took a shot every time I said that word, I could not be responsible for the condition of you. Anyways, a couple other books to go through here. I have a couple self-help books. They're mainly on dating because it's 2021 and I'm still single. So I got these two. I just Google searched dating advice on Book Depository, and this one had like a 4 point something on Goodreads, I'm pretty sure. And this is just Single, Dating, Engaged, Married, Navigating Love and Life in the Modern Age, which we're in, by Ben Stewart. I don't know who this gent is, but it's just talking about navigating a relationship through the different stages and labels that you put on it. We'll see. I haven't read it yet, so obviously I have no relationship to report on. And then this is actually recommended to me by my mom. It's a book that she read in her young 20s and recommended that I read as well. And it's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray, PhD, Dr. Gray. And I don't know really what it's about. Once upon a time, Martians and Venetians met, fell in love, and had happy relationships together because they respected and accepted their differences. Then they came to Earth and amnesia set in. They forgot they were from different planets. That's cute. I like the respecting differences part. So, and now we're back to the fun world. So, more fiction. Normal People by Sally Rooney. Again, so excited. I will be watching the show after I finish the book. I have quite possibly the biggest girl crush on Daisy Edgar Jones, who plays Marianne in Normal People. I have not seen her work, but I do love her, and I follow her Instagram very closely. I don't know much. I know we've got Marianne and Connell. And in Normal People, we're following them over the span of 4 or 5 years and how they completely swap roles within that. At the beginning, I believe they're in high school. We've got Marianne, who's a little bit more shy, quiet, and reserved, your typical wallflower. And then we have Connell, who is more of a popular jock, and then kind of how they revert and exchange positions, I guess. I'll save the one I know the least about for last. The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. This sounded very psychological thriller to me. Don't know if that's true. From my understanding, there's a married couple, and the husband creates a clone of his wife minus all the aspects he doesn't like of her. And then he begins an affair with the clone of his wife. You know, he's really asking for it, just from that synopsis. But I'll see what it says. Life is a dangerous thing to share. That's all I know. Also, the cover is crazy. I like it. Next one. Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I'm so excited. I don't know what this is about. I'm pretty sure there's a I don't want to say a threesome because I don't know if that's correct, or if I'll get in trouble with YouTube for saying that, but it's like a throuple action. Even not that. I just think it's a girl who has 2 possible love interests and then like battles them out. How do we go from threesome to throuple to like a Damon, Elena, Stefan love triangle in 30 seconds? I'm sorry. I recently watched Endings Beginnings, and that kind of reminded me of this, but it could also be very wrong. I don't know. All right, final book I'm super excited for. One of my goals for reading in 2021, or at least my book buying, was to find books more organically. So I just came across them at the bookstore on my own, or I scrolled and found them on my own, that type of beat. And this was one of them. It's The Man Who Saw Everything by Deborah Levy. From what I remember of the synopsis, it has something to do with a guy getting hit by a car. All I know is that it had to do with the Beatles, that if you have ever seen the very famous Beatles cover of them walking across Abbey Road, he gets hit by a car, I'm pretty sure, on Abbey Road, and the rest is history. So I'm pretty excited to see where it ends up. It's also a pretty short book. I think it's only about 200 pages. So once I read it, you'll see it in a wrap-up, and that's that. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to do a wrap-up at the end of this month. It's June when I'm filming this, June 10th actually, because I do plan on doing a mid-year book freakout tag. So I might do a small, kind of more laid-back, chit-chatty wrap up where it's not super formal, because I think I'll have included a lot of books that I finished this month especially in that tag. So definitely look out for that, guys. Those are all the books that I bought recently. I'm pretty stoked about all of them. Let me know in the comments if you guys have heard anything good about these books, if you have any that are also on your TBR, if you've read them, any praise, any criticism you might have for them, which ones I should start out with first. The floor is yours. So that's really going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are having a great day, and as always, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.